So, starting episode 2 on a sort of milestone. So that's 20 archaeology. So I've been able to access now the lower layer of the Al-Qaeda dig site, and also opened up the infernal source, which is the Zami version of the same thing. So just showing you now, these are the price of the materials. Now this is the price of materials sort of 4 or 5 months ago. These change a lot depending on bonus XP weekends, or they're very sporadic as well. The materials are worth more than the soil, and especially for my lower level, the soil's not really worthwhile, so I will just be dropping it and then using the materials as collecting as well. So that is pretty much what I've been doing for a little while, just AFKing some archaeology because it's quite chill, and I do think I'll need it in the long term anyway. For the spot I'm going to sit at, I'm going to stick here for a little bit, just get some artifacts. The artifacts are what sort of really push up your XP for archaeology, and that's basically what you do. It's very similar to a gathering skill. You just gather materials and artifacts, and then you've got the production side where you fix the artifact, which is what gives you the big XP push up. But it's actually a really good skill. I've actually got 200 mil on the main account, and I really did enjoy it. So AFK, but then when you've got all the artifacts lined up, it is so quick as well. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do for a little bit, and then I'm going to go and do some more exploring on the... Right, so finish some archaeology. Now, one thing which is a bit mad about RS3 is the random money makers you can find. Now, I've found that making bowstrings was very good money for a time being, and especially for me who needed to train my crafting up for a while, it was very beneficial just to build some early cash. I sold all the materials which I made from archaeology just to fund my flax, and then span an awful lot of bowstrings. By an awful lot, to span probably like 2k, maybe 3k. It was very chill. But I also found out as well that making shield bows was actually very good money. I was making sort of 1k per shield bow fletched. So to build up early cash for an account like this, which has basically nothing, this was massive. So I went on a bit of a stint of just doing nothing but fletching. And this is where I discovered Yak Track as well. So Yak Track is basically something which doesn't bring you much GP in, but it gives you a reason to skill. And the reason to skill here is that I was able to fletch some shield bows and made quite a bit of GP. So basically what Yak Track is 50 separate challenges, and the challenges will just range from either a certain skill, or now they're a bit more broad with skill and kill. And every time you complete a step, you get a reward. And it's normally something like lamps or silverhawks or something like that, which will help the account anyway. But for me, I'm basically using it as a way to encourage me to skill and make some money on the side as well. So anytime I'll get the sort of generic skill or kill, I will basically be fletching shield bows, making some money, and then hopefully starting to build that pile of GP we've got so we can spend it on other skills later on. So just got a Herblore daily. Because the unfinished has taken a little while to buy, I've just bought them, the herbs, and just going to make the unfinished myself. So the Herblore dailies, especially, well, pretty much any production daily are worth doing because they're quite a big jump in XP from the rewards. And as you can see, 4k for a limp route, it's just RS3 prices. You normally find things like limps and stuff like that are very high because there's always a demand. Herblore secondaries are just always in demand because of the potions, and no one really gathers them. So limps might be an option we can try and find if there's things for decent drops or if there's anything like that. But we're going to get 15 Herblore just from making the super strengths. Hopefully they can sell to give us some GP back. As you can see, we will take a hit on that. Now, you used to be able to get items back from daily challenges. It's just the XP and the spin you get now. But if you ever got any challenges, you can actually claim them in the interface itself. So here I will claim rewards, going to get some XP, and we are going to get 19 Herblore now, which, as you can see, we've got quite a few levels now. We're getting up there with fletching, and anytime you get any levels which unlock quests, they will appear in that as well. So unlocked 3 quests, which is pretty good because that will be something we'll do. Quests, I'm going to probably do it on a decent promo. Because you get so many spins, I'm going to wait for a decent promo where I'll get a lot from the keys, and we'll do a bit of a quest spree during that. So yeah, going to go back to some more skilling and update you what I'm doing. So got a Yak Track for some skill and kill. I wanted to AFK a bit, so I'm not going to do shield bows. I'm going to do some archaeology. This time keep the materials, try and push the level up a bit. So I'm going to try and do the Infernal Source, which is a new dig site for us. Just need to unlock a couple of things here, which are very sort of easy. Just need to unlock the crates, find the items, and unlock the fireplace as well. Hopefully I can remember to record that so I can show you what I mean. But yeah, I'm just going to sit back and do that. Premier Artifact does work as a sign of a porter as well. You can always use that once a day. Always use it because it saves you porters and it gives you a 50% chance of banking stuff. Now in archaeology, you can't bank the soil, but you can bank the materials. It just means it's a lot less time going back and forth to the bank as well, especially for low level archaeology anyway. So after a couple of days of AFKing, bits and pieces, I'll just log in occasionally when I feel like playing for a couple of hours. Pretty much been doing archaeology, and as you can see, that's the benefit of archaeology, of having some artifacts backed up. We've pretty much just done 2 levels there, so that is level 30 archaeology, which is nothing major or nothing big, but it's nice because we've just been AFKing and hopefully we've built up some materials. Whenever you are using a porter, the materials do not go to your bank, they actually go to your material chest, which is linked to archaeology, and that's why I was able to make them artifacts with nothing in my invo. Whenever you are dealing with anything with archaeology, like those red pages you've seen in my bank, they're related to something for the dig site, so always go and speak to the site manager if you've got things like that, and always just check the journals and stuff just so it makes sure it goes to your archaeology book and fill stuff in for that as well, because to hit certain next digs and stuff like that, sometimes you do need to get the collections of pages and books and stuff like that, but always check the wiki as well if you're not sure. So sometimes with archaeology as well, if my shield bows aren't selling or buying, because I'm very limited on cash at the minute, I will just go and do archaeology until it buys. There's no need to sit there and spend more money than needed, especially with the fact I've not got a lot of it anyway. So I'll put my offers into buy and sell and then go and do archaeology for a bit. And then they will buy eventually no matter what, because these items are just so commonly bought and sold. We'll do that, and that's the reason as well. Whenever I sell items, I'll always try and sell it for the highest sell price possible. It might only mean that I'll earn an extra 20k or something, but to me at the minute with what I'm doing, 20k will do a daily challenge for a day or stuff like that. Hopefully later on towards the next couple of episodes, I won't be that tight for cash, but for the time being I just want to be as clean and tight with the money as possible, just so I'm not spending things for no reason. But things like this attack potions and the soft clay and stuff which I've got from the first episode, I can start bringing the price on it and just get rid of it now because it's actually just tying up spaces on my GE. Now, I do have a series on my channel regarding a flipping series on 07. I'm going to try and not do that. I will try and use it to my advantage when selling items because I can find the highest sell price, but I will not be actively flipping on this account just because I've not got the time. It might be something we do in the future if I've got a massive stack of cash, which I've got nothing to do with, but for the time being we will not be doing it. So I'm going to go and fletch these bows and then I'll come back with what we're doing a little later on. So one of many promotions we will see in the series. Now this is one of the better ones actually, the dragon double chest thing. Basically we've hit a red from there, which we're going to go for the large cash bag. Now cash bags are limited to your total level, so they won't be anywhere near as big as they can be. I think on my main it can be anywhere between 1.5 to 10 mil. But for us, it's actually going to give us 100k each, which is actually really good for our total level. But promos like that, where you're getting a chance of multipliers for whatever spin you get, are when you want to do your quests and use your spins then. For me, I'm not going to do quests for the time being, but I'm just going to pull on with Yak Track. So for us, daily spins, that's really helped us with that cash bag. In a minute, we're doing skill and kill. We're so far up to number 9, so we're 9 out of 50. So we've got a long way to go, but we are getting there slowly. And at the minute, I'm still pretty much just doing a mixture of archaeology and shield bows. Now we've got 50 steps to do in just under 20 days, which is quite a push, but I want to try and achieve it because I think it'd be quite cool. That lamp I've got in my info, I'm just going to put on divination, and we'll also get as a divination level as well. 39 div, which is pretty good. We'll hopefully be able to get access to porters sometime soon, which basically do the same thing as what the Premier Artifact does. It will let us bank items, which I think is something like 68 to get a decent one. So that's a big goal for us at the minute. It's 68 divination, and then we'll go on towards 80 divination as well. But that's pretty much how the stats are looking at the minute. We're just sort of doing daily challenges, cycling between yak tracks, and just working on archaeology in our AFK time. So We'll come back with what we've got next, whether it's Shack Track or something else. Doing the daily hood because it's actually decent GP. What I've done as well is buy some essence because that will help with making more money per run. 9 rune crafting. For the early stages of rune crafting, we'll just do the Wicked Hood before we go to Runespan and just sort of bash out a couple of quick easy levels. It will just make Runespan a bit easier because we've got a lot more access to things we can do from there. But I do suggest if you do rune crafting, always to do your Wicked Hood because it is actually a decent daily to do. And it will build up as well with essence prices being so high. As you see from our money pouch as well, we've got 600k, which we've just simply made that from shield bows. We made quite a lot of progress in this episode. As always, comments or suggestions, or if there's anything I can do better in terms of a moneymaker, drop it down in the comments and I can include that in the next episode. Hope you enjoy, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.